Yeah, no, the boys worked really hard, and they deserved the pat on the back. They were terrific, right from the start. They hung in there. We over-handballed early in the game, but I think that was more out of trying to play quick and try and take the game on more than anything else. But they readjusted and they wanted to win.
How do you feel?
I'm pretty happy with how the last 2.5 hours went. Very, very happy in the last 2.5 hours. I think we had a number of young players play, and at the end of the day, you still have 22 blokes, and they all contributed. They all made sacrifices during the game in their tackling and their endeavour and their chasing, and it bred from one player to the next player. And probably all started when Jimmy came out and spoke to the players during the week, and he gave Max Scorn his jumper. He spoke about the importance of showing resilience, but he also mentioned when he handed the jumper over to Maxie that I think his first game he played, and then he got dropped the next week. So he was making the point that it doesn't matter how often you get knocked down, it's how you get back up, and the experience that you gain can be not only life-changing, but it can also be a motivating factor. So he was terrific, and this is I don't know, 12, 14 hours before he went into surgery. So the big bloke was an inspiration during the week, no doubt, and I think that the players certainly took that message. It's now, you've all been in the rooms in there. They're not only very excited, but they've worked hard, and at the end of the game, they've worked hard and they've enjoyed the effort that's put in, and there's a prize at the end of it, which is feeling absolutely knackered. The ice is not as cold as it was last week, and that's the reason you play the game. You look in your teammates' eyes and think, I'm glad that we played together and we put in the effort today.
Just watching you the last couple of minutes on the boundary line, can you paint a picture? What's it like? Do you have a build-up of emotion that you finally sort of blow off at the end of a game with a result like that?
Yep.
You just can't sort of control it? I don't think we've seen that much emotion from you all.
Well, you have to tell me how many games we've won in the last 3.5 years. Look, I was just proud of the players. As a coach, you expect the best from your players. You try and challenge them, but you also try and encourage them. And I took a lot of, I was a very proud coach today, watching our blokes put on the performance they did for the whole game. And they were terrific, and they're going to enjoy the next 24 hours. The exhilaration and the adrenaline that's running through them will be there for 24 hours. So we just got to make sure that when they roll out again Monday week, that adrenaline's still there.
Is that the next challenge for you guys? Without wanting to pour cold water on tonight, you've had a couple of wins this season that have come off a bad loss, been quite emotional.
I wouldn't put too much cold water on it at the moment. Let them have 24 hours of enjoyment.
Yeah, I guess the importance of backing up and putting that sort of performance in it out there again.
Absolutely, yep, no doubt. It's like every week you get scrutinised, every week you get analysed, and then this game will be all over in 24 to 48 hours, because games rolling Saturday, Sunday, and then review Monday, and then we're back into the next week. That's the thing about the game. You'll be challenged next week, so euphoria for 24 hours, and then it's back to training, and it's back to next week and in Colombia.
Is this the best moment you've had as a senior coach? This seemed to me just the build-up and how well the team did after half-time, and its resilience seemed to mean a lot to everyone. Yeah,
no, it was an important game. I mean, the best moment I've had is when I got the phone call to say I was Melbourne coach. Yeah. That was the best moment. There's going to be better moments coming, but today was important just because of what's happened the last 2 or 3 weeks. We were challenged, and the great thing about our players when they got challenged tonight is they dug deep. But Emma makes a good call. It's next week's game. We want to get off this roller coaster we're on. We want to be consistent. We don't want to be inconsistent. So that's always going to be the challenge for us, and we look forward to that next game.
Obviously, had a lot of good contributors, but the first game, obviously, your two midfielders have played together for the season. I think Jack and Tom in there, so you think they obviously look like they made it. Yeah, they made significant contributions during the game. I mean, they're very competitive young men, so. They're going to be playing a lot of footy together. They're going to spend hopefully it's the next 12, 13 years playing at the same club, and
and hopefully at the end of their long career they're going to be satisfied with what they deliver. But they're very competitive young men, and they were 2 of 22 today. To not mention the other 20 would be disappointing, but the other 20 were just as good, I reckon.
Jordy Giz, best game for the club?
Yeah, no, Giz has always been on the edge of playing well, and he played again. His contribution today was terrific. He's just a very good player, and he's a natural footballer. So he's got some learning to be made during the game, but there's 3. You're going to name the other 19, I hope.
Colin Sylvia, when you lost Colin Sylvia for the match midway through the second quarter, did you think you would go again, or did you just think there was a different result about the team tonight?
No, we didn't think he would go again. No, certainly not. No, we had young Dan Nicholson, I thought, who came on, and he's the edge. So we've gone 19, that's 18, and that's 17 with Sylvia. But no, look, Cole's an important player, but the great challenge again is for the sub to come on, and the sub came on, and I thought Dan was, he contributed and did some pretty good things, I thought, Nico. So if you get caught up with players getting injured and coming off, then, I thought the rest of the guys really stood up. Important player, however important Colin is to us, the sub came on and the rest of the blokes did the job. So that's just another example of the guys hanging in there and working really hard together.
Your back line was outstanding, particularly in that third quarter. They just punished everything they came towards them. Is that the best cohesion you've had?
Look, you're going to read a lot into this game. And the backs were good, the mids were good, the forwards were good. I thought Rivers was outstanding. I just thought he was... Jared's played probably 2 or 3 games this year that have been of an incredibly high quality, and he led from the front, and he was fantastic. He led the back 6 today, and I thought he was just terrific, Jared.
Dean, your composure for ball in the third quarter. I was talking sort of trying to wait 5 person midfield space. How critical was that?
Sorry, say that again.
I think your composure for the ball in the third quarter. I think you had like 44 uncontested marks and set up play missing skills.
Yeah.
That's obviously something you're trying to.
We've been trying to do it for a while, and the players made an adjustment. We had too many handballs coming off half-back, and the ability to change the ball movement to be more kicking, which is what we were trying to achieve. So the guys were able to make that change pretty quickly and carry it out. So, but again, their application in creating those options was terrific, and I thought they composed the ball pretty well.
Early this season, there was a bit of commentary about Brad and his captaincy. Just your thoughts on he was on the back page of the paper today, and his game tonight. It was really superb in a tough. Just your thoughts on how he's gone.
He's a great leader. He is. He's a fantastic young bloke, and he is incredibly professional with his attitude and his training. He's again, not only to lead from the front, but he's prepared to put himself out there like he did during the week and take on all comers. He was just fantastic, really. And for him to kick that goal off the ground, that sort of clutch goal, if you like, in the last quarter was, I don't think we could have picked a better player on the ground to have actually stood up in that moment and kicked that goal. So he does a lot of work around the club and off-field, Greenie, and he's just been fantastic.
And then just to keep ticking them off, Stephen Martin in the absence of Jamer, he's been a pretty good touch, I think.
No, Steffi's been a real fine. He's had a good pre-season. He's building confidence, Steffi, each week, and he's very agile and very athletic, and he continues to play consistently over the last 3 or 4 weeks. And the opportunity came with Russian coming out. So again, I'm really pleased with his development. He's a terrific young bloke, and I hope he can play better next week.
What's the prognosis for Cole? Is that just a call?
Yeah. At the moment, it's just a corky. So he came back on to try and his view was, I'll try and keep the corky warm so he could keep playing. But when he ran out, I think everyone saw that he looked like he'd been, it was a little bit more severe than we first thought. So he had a crack at it, Cole. He always will, Cole. He always have a crack at everything. So the doctors thought, no, it's just going to get worse. So we had to sub him.